Dominik Mysterio sends heartfelt message to Liv Morgan on his birthday. Dominik Mysterio is celebrating his 28th birthday today, and it didn't take long for WWE's resident Garita, Liv Morgan, to make the moment special. The women's tag team champion sent a sweet birthday message to her on-screen partner, and fans couldn't help but notice the deep bond between the two superstars. In response, Dominik replied to Liv's post with a retweet that included 3 heart and sparkle emoticons, keeping the playful chemistry alive for their audience. The duo's relationship, which began as a storyline on WWE television, has become one of the most talked-about angles of the year. What started as subtle hints and backstage segments evolved into a full-blown alliance that became official at SummerSlam 2024, when Dominik helped Liv retain her Women's World Championship. While Morgan has since lost the title, her connection with Dirty Dom hasn't wavered. If anything, it appears stronger than ever. Despite their romance being a scripted storyline, both Liv Morgan and Dominik Mysterio have gone the extra mile to maintain kayfabe outside the ring. Their social media interactions continue to fuel fan excitement, as the pair regularly exchange flirty messages, cryptic posts, and even celebratory shout-outs, like Liv's sweet birthday message to Dom today. Liv Morgan and Dominik Mysterio, WWE's power couple. Over the last few months, the WWE Universe has witnessed the steady growth of Morgan and Mysterio as one of the promotion's most compelling storylines. They've seamlessly blended personal connection and professional success, becoming WWE's newest power couple, at least in the eyes of fans. Their teamwork in the ring, especially during mixed tag segments and backstage interactions, has drawn comparisons to some of WWE's most iconic duos. It's clear that WWE is fully invested in the chemistry between Liv and Dominik, giving them prominent screen time and important story arcs that intersect with other top stars, including Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest. The Rhea Ripley factor. Before his on-screen romance with Liv Morgan began, Dominik was famously involved in another popular WWE pairing, with none other than Rhea Ripley. As Mommy and Dirty Dom, the two shared a dynamic that was equal parts chaotic and captivating. Their bond helped elevate the Judgment Day faction, and gave Dominik a new layer of character depth that fans either loved or loved to hate. However, things took a dramatic turn amid 2024, when Dominik shocked the WWE Universe by turning his back on Ripley and aligning himself with Liv Morgan. The betrayal was loud, messy, and unforgettable, and it marked a major turning point for all 3 superstars involved. With Ripley out of action due to injury for several weeks, Morgan took advantage of the chaos and rose to the top of the women's division. She even declared that she had taken everything from Rhea, including her championship and her man. Since then, fans have speculated about a possible intergender showdown between Ripley and Mysterio, something that would undoubtedly set the WWE Universe buzzing. Liv Morgan shuts down intergender match speculation, despite the intrigue and curiosity surrounding a potential Dominik Mysterio versus Rhea Ripley match. Liv Morgan made it clear that it's not going to happen. When asked about the possibility, she dismissed the idea outright. "No, it's dumb," Morgan said bluntly, brushing off a notion of physical confrontation between her current partner and his former mommy. Dominik echoed her sentiment, adding, "I don't want to see that. Why would anyone want to see that?" She beat Rhea already like 3 times. Their firm stance on the issue suggests that WWE is more focused on building the Morgan Mysterio pairing as a united front rather than reigniting old feuds. This direction keeps the spotlight on Liv and Dom as a cohesive team, while also preserving the mystique surrounding Ripley's eventual return and potential revenge arc. What's next for Liv and Dirty Dom? With their momentum still strong, it remains to be seen what's next for Liv Morgan and Dominik. Liv, now holding one half of the women's tag team championships, continues to show her versatility as both a singles competitor and a tag team specialist. Dominik, meanwhile, remains a central figure in WWE's ongoing storylines, often finding himself in the crosshairs of rivals still bitter over his betrayal of the Judgment Day. Whether they continue to dominate together or face new obstacles, one thing is certain: Liv and Dominik are far from finished. As they continue to blur the lines between fiction and reality, their bond only grows stronger, both on and off screen. And on this special day, As Dominik Mysterio turns 28, fans can only imagine how their journey will evolve in the months to come. Rhea Ripley settles the score, but loses a crown. Liv Morgan sets her sights on tag team gold at WrestleMania 41. Rhea Ripley may have had the last laugh in her heated rivalry with Liv Morgan and Dominik Mysterio, but the victory came with fleeting satisfaction. On the much-anticipated Netflix premiere of Monday Night Raw, Ripley made a thunderous return and left the WWE Universe stunned. Not only did she reclaim the Women's World Championship, but she also took matters into her own hands with a decisive statement, dropping Dirty Dom with a brutal riptide. After weeks of emotional chaos, betrayal, and shifting allegiances, Ripley's return marked a dramatic turning point. She silenced her critics and reasserted her dominance over the women's division and her former Judgment Day ally. The moment was symbolic and deeply personal. With one riptide, she reminded everyone why she is still mommy in every sense of the word. However, championship reigns in WWE are never guaranteed to last long, especially with hungry challengers constantly lurking. Despite her powerful comeback, Ripley's reign was cut short just a few weeks later when she dropped the Women's World Championship to Io Sky. The loss was shocking and abrupt, and now Ripley finds herself chasing gold once again. While Ripley's championship status has changed, Liv Morgan has been forging a path of her own, this time in the tag team division. Teaming up with powerhouse Raquel Rodriguez, Morgan has captured the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Their chemistry and resilience have turned them into a formidable duo, one that fans are eager to see showcased on the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania 41. As anticipation builds for this year's showcase of the Immortals, WWE officials have raised the stakes. A high-stakes tag team gauntlet match has been announced to determine the number one contenders for the women's tag team titles. This means Morgan and Rodriguez won't just face one team. They'll have to prepare for whichever duo survives the grueling gauntlet and earns the right to challenge them at WrestleMania. For Liv Morgan, this WrestleMania could be a defining chapter in her redemption arc. After months of tension and personal conflict involving Dominik Mysterio and Rhea Ripley, Morgan has refocused her energy and embraced the opportunity to build momentum as a champion. Her partnership with Raquel has not only revitalized her career, but also positioned her at the heart of the women's tag team renaissance in WWE. Meanwhile, all eyes remain on Rhea Ripley. With Io Sky now reigning as the women's world champion, the question is, will Ripley seek redemption again, or will she turn her attention toward other unfinished business, perhaps with Liv and Dom?
If you love your father, then subscribe the channel, and those who love me show your love by liking and subscribing.